All right, welcome everyone to the first ever Zoom call here with Fair Co-op and our fearless leaders here in San Diego. We're going to have some big announcements. Some of you already know the leaders that have been blowing it up in San Diego, as we all know. And so we've got the SDDU, the San Diego Drivers United, in the house today. And we are all getting together here. My name, as I mentioned, Ivan Olivo. I'm the CEO of Fair Co-op. We are going to be having messages today from our chairman, AJ, which you'll see there with got his general hat on today, it looks like. And we'll also be hearing from Danny, our COO, who's always usually in the background, but we'll bring him out of his cave for a little bit to say hello. And of course, we also have our legal counsel and also co-founder for this will be some of the people's first time seeing him. Matthew, I can wave to everyone. Matthew, I think they can see you there. There you are. We'll also be making some big announcements today. This is being recorded, so hopefully for the drivers that weren't able to make it today, it's a busy day, I'm sure, on Friday in San Diego. You'll be able to watch this recording, and we will get this posted in all the group chats in San Diego. We also have Malik. I see him waving his hand. Malik's our president in the Bay Area in San Francisco. We do have a few of our other leaders on here that are going to be joining in as well. We are going to be opening this call at the end, kind of like to an open Q&A, but we do ask that you post those questions in the chat. If it gets too many drivers on here and everybody's unmuted, we've got a lot of noise, it'll be very difficult to hear your questions. So please, if you can, keep your mute on while we're having this call. It's very important, especially for those that are driving with a lot of background noise. Keep your mutes on and make sure you put your Q&A in the chat, and we will get to those at the end of the call. So first, I would like to send this over to, we'll start with Matthew first, because Matthew has some very important announcements that we want to kind of just start the whole call off with. And then Matthew, when you're finished, we're going to have you introduce our chairman. And then our chairman's going to say a few things. And of course, we're going to hear from each of the San Diego leaders on this call today. But go ahead, Matthew. Go ahead and introduce yourself, and we'll hear the big announcements. I'm excited.
Well, hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. My name is Matthew Mahoney. I'm both a U.S. and Canadian lawyer. I'm originally an American citizen, and I've been working on this project for a few years now, as I've been part of the Direct Global team for nearly a decade. And our first announcement is that we are going to bypass the election process, as the San Diego Drivers United group has put themselves out as the obvious leaders for this area, and they're going to assume and are now appointed as the leaders for this local area, which we refer to as, it's not just the city, but the local areas. So I hereby announce that Luis Arias is the president. I hope I didn't mispronounce your last name of the group. Lee Sperry will be acting as the secretary, and Librado Rivera will be acting as the treasurer. And those are the three primary positions that are going to be dealing.
Right.
There we go. Yes. Dealing with this jurisdiction for us. And I think that they've adequately shown leadership prior to our participation with them, and that they deserve this role. And that typically we do annual leadership elections, but in order to get this jurisdiction moving, we believe that it's in our best interest and all the drivers' best interest that we appoint the San Diego Drivers United. A bit about myself is I'm the one that helped craft this model. We've got some concerns right now about making sure that drivers understand exactly how this model works. While we are in early days right now, and we're only a few months into this, you guys as drivers and as leaders are pioneers in this organization. And the ownership model that we offer is something unique in the industry, in that with the cooperative model, we are bringing on drivers to be owners as opposed to the other models out there. We're not a subscription service. There's more to be offered than what a subscription offers. And at the same time, we're obviously not Uber and Lyft, where they're paying shareholders, whereas we would rather pay the drivers as owners for the hard work and labor they put into this. And I can generally say that this model will work, but it requires on the driver's side participation as owners, expecting us to just hand over, drivers and customers and everything's just gonna be hunky-dory right off the bat is not realistic. We need the drivers to step up and be leaders and be pioneers in this. We have a very attractive referral program, which allows you not only to make money as a driver, as an owner, but residual income through your referrals and the people that you onboard under the organization, which is something that is frankly better than equity and interest because it pays in perpetuity so long as the platform exists and the customers and drivers you onboard exist or continue to participate. We will not sell out to Uber or Fare. We're not up for sale. So we're in this for the long run with you as drivers. And, our goal is not only to put our share price in a position that will allow drivers to participate in the autonomous aspect of this market, which while it's being implemented in different cities, and we do see Tesla coming up on the horizon, it's going to take the public some adoption time to truly be comfortable with autonomous vehicles. And we believe the human aspect of having drivers acting like owners, and if you'd like a reference to that example, think of Delta Airlines. All their employees, although they're not employees, are owners, and that's where you see the high customer service. And we're asking upon you to keep your apps on. There is a gap here where we're hesitant to onboard too many customers until we have sufficient drivers in the platform. The reality is if our response time is not sufficient and our price is not in line, then this is, if we can't get there fast enough, then they're going to go somewhere else. And we figure we've got, 1, 2, 3 opportunities with customers that'll give us a try. There's a lot of demand in the market right now for an alternative solution to all Uber and Lyft. And I know you got Waymo out there and WiRide and a whole bunch of options, but we're hoping to rally the drivers to allow them to participate as owners in your local cooperative areas. And I'm going to comment now briefly on the structure of this model, which is something unique and it's a little bit different than what you've seen before. The Federation, as you've referred to it as, is a cooperative. It's the master cooperative that's been incorporated and registered in Wisconsin. And of that cooperative, each local area will participate in that cooperative. Our goal is to have a balance of driver and management so that we can deal with management and large-scale issues. And we hope that the drivers will self-organize in their local areas and take on responsibility as owners in this model. So those are my preliminary comments. I don't want to bore everybody or go on for too long, but I appreciate that Louis and Lee and Librado are stepping up here and helping us organize, and they're in constant regular contact with us while we get ourselves organized and we work through some of the admitted growth pains that we're having because we have to balance how quickly we onboard drivers with how quickly we onboard customers. So I leave you with this final message. If you've taken the time to get this far, I ask you to keep your apps on so there are options available to customers. And you're driving anyways, you're out there, so it doesn't cost you much to keep it open. But we need that support right now. So at this point, I think I'll turn it over to AJ. Are you ready next?
Yeah, how you doing, guys? Before I get into my bit of announcements,
introduce yourself. Introduce yourself, AJ. So that's who you are.
I'm AJ, the chairman, founder #1 for Fare Co-op. This is a dream, a vision I had many years ago in trying to solve many other problems that myself and Danny and actually Matthew have been working together on for many years under Direct Global with the creation of Direct Co-ops and many other little facets. This became very quickly an important passion project for us that we needed to make a reality in order to help as many people as we can. We found ourselves back in 2019 about to work with Uber and DoorDash. And when we saw how onerous their contracts were and how poorly they treated their drivers that they built their billion-dollar corporations on, we decided that this would not be something complementary to what we're doing. But before I get into my announcements, what I'd really like, Louis, if you don't mind, or Lee, or anybody from San Diego, if you don't mind summarizing quickly in Spanish what Matthew, our legal counsel and co-founder, had just said, I think would be very important.
Hopefully they can remember everything, but go ahead, give it a shot.
Okay. Okay, so I'll do it in Spanish.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Compañeros, se acaba de presentar, aquí estamos en la Junta General por primera vez en San Diego. Nuestro legal appointment y fundador, Matthew, acaba de dar varios puntos en los que acaba de nombrar el equipo de San Diego. Aparte de nombrar el equipo de San Diego, acaba de dar la estructura de la compañía como una cooperativa y como una opción en el mercado en el que nosotros tenemos que apoyarnos mutuamente para ser una buena opción. No lo estoy diciendo en las palabras exactas de Matthew, pero estoy tratando de traducir su mensaje. Nosotros tenemos que ser una opción y depende de nosotros porque nosotros somos co-owners, somos parte propietarios de esta compañía y tenemos opciones de tener un dinero residual con cada referencia que nosotros tengamos y eso hace más atractiva nuestra participación en esta compañía y depende de nosotros, cuánto trabajo y cómo queremos lograr nuestras metas. Si nosotros no participamos, no vamos a lograr las metas. Esa cantidad residual hasta cuando tú quieras o hasta que desaparezca la compañía. Entonces tenemos cosas atractivas en esta compañía donde a ser pioneros y fundadores de esta compañía podemos lograr muchas cosas juntos. Ahora, es una cooperativa donde tienes parte de decisión y hay una mesa directiva donde también se maneja un balance entre owners, drivers y directiva. Entonces, para que haya un balance en las decisiones tomadas en esta compañía o cooperativa. La verdad, tenemos una oportunidad muy grande para tener el balance entre los choferes y los pasajeros. Ahorita estamos teniendo el problema de que hay pasajeros que no tienen suficientes choferes. Estamos pidiendo que los choferes tengan prendida la aplicación constantemente para que no haya problemas cuando los pasajeros piden un ride, lo puedan ser atendidos rápidamente para que no perdamos esos clientes que estamos teniendo ya. Ahora, nosotros tenemos la habilidad de poder empujar el onboarding, tanto de clientes como de choferes, pero queremos tener un balance y el control, manejar el control para que no haya un desbalance, donde el cliente no tarde mucho en recibir su servicio y el chofer tenga una cantidad de rides suficiente para que puedan ambos beneficiarse. Estamos buscando un balance, estamos buscando un beneficio para ambos lados y estamos puliendo los detalles porque estamos iniciando en este proceso y eso se necesita terminar, se necesita pulir, se necesita mejorar y estamos trabajando en todos esos detalles. Les pedimos que cualquier detalle que ustedes encuentren en la aplicación nos lo hagan saber para que nosotros lo trabajemos desde el liderazgo desde San Diego y lo pasemos lo escalemos a los grandes jefes para que lo podamos arreglar. En pocas palabras, ocupamos de estar un equipo todos juntos y estar unidos para que esto funcione y les pedimos la paciencia necesaria para que esto funcione porque estamos terminando un producto. Este es un producto que está en terminación. Estamos trabajando para perfeccionarnos y para poder competir con compañías gigantes. Entonces, es muy importante que estemos todos unidos y bien coordinados para que esto funcione y pedimos paciencia y colaboración de todos para que todos podamos ser parte de esta gran oportunidad que es Fair Co-op, es una compañía que está abriendo un mercado nuevo.
All right.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Lee. There is also another amazing person I'd like to welcome. He's one of our co-founders. He actually was formerly the trade commissioner between Mexico and the US, and also Mexico and Canada. His name is Rodrigo Contreras and has been a part of this mission from the very beginning. Rodrigo, if you don't mind, why don't you come and say hello?
Buenas tardes. I'll just do it in Spanish for easier.
Yeah,
okay.
please go right ahead.
We'll do Spanish and then do English. If you can do both, that would be great.
Okay, sure, no problem. Bueno, buenas tardes. Muy contentos de estar aquí hoy con ustedes. Como comenta AJ, este es un proyecto, pues, que inició hace muchos años en Canadá, pero ha tomado forma en California, ¿no? Y esperemos que tome forma también en otras partes del mundo. Sé que ahí están, aunque no lo crean, y son muchas coincidencias. Yo soy del sur de California, soy del Valle Imperial, soy de Mexicali, Baja California también, y estamos, pues obviamente muy interesados en que se sumen más compañeros, pues a lo que va a ser el futuro, pues ahora sí, no quiero decirle del negocio, ¿no? Pero va a ser el futuro, pues de la movilidad, y ese futuro de la movilidad tiene que ser parte de nosotros tenemos que ser parte de ellos, tiene que ser ahora sí el sustento de nuestras familias, y no es posible que los grandes beneficios, voy a decirlo así, las utilidades, pues no sean parte o no vengan a los bolsillos de cada uno de los conductores que son parte de FAIR, ¿no? Como lo serían pues los competidores, ¿no? Que ya sabemos quiénes son. Digo, obviamente sabemos que tenemos mucho camino por avanzar. Digo, como lo decía ahorita el compañero que estaba traduciendo, este es un esfuerzo que está arrancando. Necesitamos, obviamente, pues del soporte, del apoyo de todos ustedes. Y al final del día, yo lo veo de la siguiente manera. Aquí están los líderes del proyecto, ¿no? En esta llamada. Es gente que está disponible para resolver cualquier duda que ustedes tengan. Va a haber y puede haber, pues obviamente, muchas correcciones a través del camino, pero creo que estamos aquí todos para poder formar algo que nos beneficie, ¿no? Y algo que beneficie a sus bolsillos, a sus familias, y que no nos saque después, como ya saben, lo que viene pues son autos autónomos, donde pues ahí tenemos que nosotros también ser parte de ese futuro de negocio, ¿no? Entonces, Rodrigo Contreras, a sus órdenes, digo, ahí estoy comunicado con otros grupos, y bueno, traduzco ahora inglés, digo, si hubiera cualquier duda, ahí acabo de escuchar al compañero que estuvo hablando en perfecto español, y pues yo también me pongo a sus órdenes. So just a quick translation. We're here today.
Introduce yourself again in English so that they know for the English.
Sure, of course. Sure. So I'm Rodrigo Contreras. My formal background is government and international trade. Here I'm just landed in Toronto, Canada, back home. I'm originally from Southern California, from Imperial Valley. My family's from Mexicali. I was saying for those folks that I hear we're talking with some folks from San Diego. No, I miss the nice weather, to be honest with you. Right now we're -6 degrees, feeling like -10. But I was saying that this, of course, fair started off in Toronto, Canada, but it really has picked up in California, no? And with team members that are on this call, and as I was listening to the translation right now, this is an effort that hopefully will benefit everybody who's going to be part of it. We of course are competing with some big players that honestly are not sharing their benefits with the drivers, and the purpose of this project is for whoever participates to be able to ensure their future, that money comes into the pocket, and the money helps families of the drivers. And second, of course, this project hopefully will bear consideration for the future, that the future might not even include drivers driving vehicles, right? But in that sense, and I know I'm talking way too far ahead, but we already know that there are some platforms that are testing driverless vehicles. hopefully the whole purpose is to bring on this unit so that we in FAIR can able to provide that to the owners. No. So that said, I was just finalizing saying, you know what? I know there's some Spanish speaking friends in there. Great translation that happened right now with that was our colleague was doing. I'm here as well to say I'm always on. I've been talking with some other Spanish speaking partners in other parts of the U.S. and even Puerto Rico, and anything you guys need, any clarification in Spanish, I'm here to as well help. So, anyways, back to you guys. Anything I can respond to.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Rodrigo. And as we grow, he will be helping us also in launching in places like Mexico and all over the Latin world. I mean, he's got obviously some massive relationships that he's fostered over the years, being the trade commissioner representing Mexico in trade, which I'm sure he's got a lot to tell us about, but we'll leave that for another day or another conversation. As for the main purpose of this meet today, there are, I would say, three very important pieces. One, making sure everybody understands the opportunity, understands the importance of why it is important to at least become a penny shareholder. Number one. Number two, to understand the value of what becoming a full shareholder means and what privileges that will grant you in the future with regards to having ownership, etc. And then finally, which is I think the most important thing, is that because of our hard work and what we've been able to achieve with some of the airports, which we should have the official licenses in our hand for LAX and also the Bay Area within the next few weeks. Also, we are about to make a very significant announcement next week with regards to the Dolby Theater and the Chinese TCL Theater. Because of these situations, this will again propel the value of our share to go higher, and we need to make sure that everybody understands what's happening. And this is how we are going to create enough value within our equity so that one day you guys can own the driverless vehicles that are out there to replace you. These are very, very important times that we're in, and what we really need to do today is really, explain what a cooperative is, give you guys the material and the strength that you need to empower yourselves, especially with the challenges that we are facing today as drivers, and really understanding the potential that we have, not just to earn more money today, but to earn more money in the future, and actually have stability and security in the future itself. The reality is we are a startup. We are building in some jurisdictions. We have drivers today doing over 10 rides a day. And the reason why they're doing 10 rides a day is that they are using the tools that we have provided for them through the referral program, which is something that we do need to spend some time on as well later on in this conversation to go over. And obviously the favorite driver feature, which is really important if you are somebody that likes to connect with your customers. And really, when you do explain to customers what the situation is, what you're going through, the fact that you will be replaced by a computer, by a robo-taxi or whatever, we're all human beings. And it's just a matter of time until these innovation or this sort of disruption is going to disrupt the business that they're part of, whether they are a teacher or a doctor or even a garbage man. At the end of the day, everybody's going to be disrupted by this technology. And what we provide through this model that we believe so strongly about at Direct Global and really went all out to put our money where our mouths is and really fund this thing that we ourselves are not in control of. You, the drivers, are the majority owners of this federation. It's very important for you guys to understand that. But by doing so, you will own the technology that will replace you. And if we can show this model to every industry that's going to be challenged by automation, we believe we have done the right thing, both for our communities and for ourselves, because we all need to have a future and we all deserve to have security in our future. Now, before I go any further and move on to introduce the leadership of San Diego, please, if you don't mind, Lee, give a very short
Wait,
translation.
1 minute, AJ, because now we have to translate everything you just said in Spanish.
That's what I just said.
Oh, okay.
That's what I
Sorry.
just asked.
Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, awesome. You're ahead of me then. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Gracias. AJ es nuestro presidente, nuestro número uno, y nos está informando de que en poco tiempo se va a abrir el aeropuerto de Los Ángeles, el más grande de California, y el aeropuerto de San Francisco. Y están a punto de anunciar que vamos a trabajar con el Chinese Theater o el teatro chino de Hollywood y el Dolby Theater, que son dos de las más importantes entidades en la industria del entretenimiento, y vamos a tener esa captación de ese trabajo para beneficio de nuestros choferes. Y eso nos va a dar mucha difusión y nos va a dar un paso muy importante. Él está hablando de la importancia de que tiene la membresía, de cómo pueden participar, aunque sea para empezar con el penny share, que es una participación mínima, pero que les da entrada para que puedan probar y puedan entender cómo funciona. Y lo que puede venir en un futuro, de que pueden venir carros autónomos, que pueden venir todas las nuevas tecnologías, y que podemos tener una opción de estar preparados y ser parte de ese cambio, en vez de ser reemplazados, ser parte y ser miembros de ese cambio. Ahora, viendo todo lo que viene en el futuro, debemos estar preparados para adaptarnos a lo que venga, y eso es una forma de estar preparados. Nosotros, o sea, la compañía está enfocada en ser una opción más en el mercado, para darle importancia a los choferes y para que no se desaparezcan los choferes y que no tengan la preocupación de qué va a pasar mañana. Ella fundó esta compañía para poder ayudar a las familias y tener un residual. Remind me, AJ, I mentioned the airport. I mentioned the theaters. I mentioned the penny share. I mentioned all the importance of the membership. Anything else you want me to mention?
No, we're gonna explain through videos once we get started. After we go through the leadership introduction of San Diego, we're actually going to explain what a cooperative. It's very important that everybody understands what this business is all about, what this structure is all about, and how we will help them, secure themselves in the future.
Ok. Ella está haciendo énfasis en la importancia de la estructura de nuestra organización, y que esta estructura de la organización es para dar soporte a los choferes que están en el network o en la parte de nuestros trabajadores, y tenemos una escalación de asuntos o de problemas que nos puede ayudar a resolver los problemas que se presenten en el futuro. Ahorita ella va a hacer va a anunciar los nombramientos de los miembros de San Diego, y de ahí vamos a dar videos y vamos a dar más información sobre cómo funciona la estructura de Fair Co-op.
Wonderful. So really, I just want to now introduce Louis. Louis, if you don't mind, as we've elected you as appointed you as the new president. I'd like you to come on and not just introduce yourself, but I want to introduce the entire team, not just behind our leadership here, but under the STU. And you might be on mute right now.
Hi, everyone. So let me introduce myself. My name is Luis Arias. Thank you, everyone, for being here in this Zoom meeting. I've been working as a Uber driver, Lyft driver for 8 years. I'm also the founder and president of San Diego Drivers United, working with my team, Librado Rivera, who is the secretary, and my friend and brother, Liz Perry, who is the vice president of San Diego Drivers United. We've been working together, and we built this company together almost since the beginning together. It's our baby, and we've been taking care of San Diego Drivers United. But most importantly, we are very happy to be here with Fair Co-op team, AJ, CEO Ivan Olivo, Danny, who has been very close to us. Let me tell you about our story. We sent a message to them on February 2nd. it didn't took more than a week when Danny and Ivan were here in San Diego. They drive all the way down from Sacramento to San Diego just to meet with us and start organizing. It was incredibly what we done in only 3 days. We talked to the drivers at the airport, San Diego airport. We went to CVX. We talked to a lot of drivers, and within only 3 weeks, we have almost 300 drivers who sign up, 70 drivers who are active, and we see the future in these cooperative fair co-op. We believe in their project, and we believe that it's time for us to stand up together and work together to make a better living and to have a decent living for us and our families as well. So I am very happy to be here with every one of you, and we expect you to be on board.
Awesome. Thank you.
You want me to say it in Spanish now?
Yes, please do. Yes.
Ok, gracias a todos por estar aquí en vivo. Mi nombre es Luis Arias, soy presidente de San Diego Drivers United. Hemos trabajado juntos por los últimos 18 meses. Hemos fundado esta compañía de cero. Mi hermano Liz Perry, mi hermano Librado también, secretario y vicepresidente. Y estamos muy orgullosos de tener la oportunidad de trabajar con la compañía de FAIR. Creemos en este proyecto. Nosotros nos contactamos con ellos el 2 de febrero y rápidamente, en menos de una semana, Danny, Iván, el CEO de la compañía, AJ, vinieron a San Diego y estuvimos aquí hablando con los conductores en el aeropuerto de San Diego. Fuimos al CBX, hablamos con más choferes y en menos de 3 semanas hemos casi reclutado más de 300 choferes. Estamos nosotros muy comprometidos con ustedes desde el principio de la fundación de San Diego Drivers United y ahora con el compromiso de Fair Co-op que creemos en el proyecto, que es momento de enfatizar la importancia de tener una comunidad unida de choferes donde podamos nosotros tener control y tener voz y voto en donde podamos tener decisiones. Creo que es el momento de actuar, compañeros, y es el momento de poder alcanzar nuestras metas y ganar más, ¿por qué no? Entonces, les agradezco mucho por estar aquí el día de hoy con nosotros en esta junta. Muchas gracias.
Thank you so much, brother. Let's hear from one of the other, I call them the Three Musketeers. So I'll let you introduce yourself and say your new appointed position, and I'll let you take it away.
All right, I go a few words in English and in Spanish. So yeah, my name is Librado Rivera. Have been driving for around 4 years and looking for a better opportunity, and not only for myself, but for the drivers, since we started San Diego Drivers United with Luis and Lee after the first protest at the San Diego airport. And this is something that we were looking forward to have a different application coming over, but we never expect to be this great, where we can have a voice, where we can have a piece of the company with our membership. So we are very blessed to have met Ivan, Danny, the very beginning, and now to be in direct contact with the AJ. We want to offer our support and commitment to them and to the drivers. Maybe not just San Diego, because we're going to be helping more out at one point, but definitely we are committed to San Diego drivers for a better future for all of us. Mucho gusto, mi nombre es Librado Rivera. Hace ya unos 4 años que manejo en las aplicaciones y siempre buscando una oportunidad mejor. Fue un honor poder conocer inicialmente a Danny, a Iván, ahora estar en contacto también con el fundador de Fair Co-op, AJ, y que se nos ofrezca para todos los choferes en San Diego esta oportunidad, para nuestras familias, para nuestros clientes también, porque se van a beneficiar y también entendemos que pueden ser parte de la compañía comprando shares. Así que es una bendición realmente agradecerle a Dios por esta oportunidad que es para todos. Reafirmamos nuestro compromiso con Fair Co-op, con los directivos y también con los choferes aquí en San Diego. Estamos para servirles. Gracias.
All
Okay,
right.
I guess that would be my turn now,
Yes,
right?
Lee, go ahead and introduce yourself and let us know your new appointed position, and then you can do it both, yeah, English and Spanish. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the appointment of secretary. My name is Lee Sperry. I'm a 9-year driver veteran, and I want to make an emphasis on we are drivers. We are drivers, and we know your pain. We know your fears. We know your goals. We know your fantasies, your illusions. We want you to know that we are one of you, and we are in the ground. We're not in some office, right? Oh, where nobody can reach us. You can actually talk to us. You can actually tell us, this is shit. I love this. I hate this. So this is the very important thing. You can actually communicate through us all the way up to the very top of the scalophone. So this is vital. This is amazing. I mean, no company that's gonna go big is gonna have that communication from the ground up. So this is one of the main goals, to have that and not lose that. So by having us in the ground, by being able to actually talk to us and tell us your actual thoughts and feelings about what's going on in the industry, we will start polishing that app and into one that we will all like. And that's vital. I mean, this is one of the greatest things that we can actually offer, because that's very important. I mean, to me, we started as like a goal, like a dream, when we started San Diego Drivers United, and this was part of our plan: bring an app to San Diego that actually competes with the big two. It was very important to us, and we for us to actually be able to bring it to San Diego, it's vital, and it brings us a lot of well, it's really great. We are able to accomplish this that we wanted to bring to you. Uh, Honestly, one of the main things, we brought it to you, but it's yours. It's everybody's choice. We need to make it work together. So this is the reason why my message is: this is what we make of it. So we are the ones that are gonna make it grow, and we're gonna polish it together. If we don't work together, this is not gonna be whatever we want to be. So this is a really important thing. We want to make it ours. We want to make it how we like it. And this is the way. This is the actual way we can actually achieve that. There's no other way. And everybody needs to do their part. The big heads, the middlemans, and the bottom. Everybody needs to invite more passengers, more drivers, and we can grow this from the ground up. And we, at the beginning, everything in the beginning is hard. Once we get it rolling, it's going to be a breeze. So guys, we are in the ground floor. We are building, this huge monument together. This is an opportunity that not everybody has. So take advantage of this opportunity. And it's the word opportunity says it all. Opportunity. If you don't take it now, it's going to pass you by. All right. So I don't want to bore you with politics, but we are here to support you. You can actually talk to us. You know, we are bilingual, and anything you need, anything you want, you gotta talk to us, so we can actually talk to other people so we can get it to you. So we're not saying we can get everything to you, but we will try to make everything as easy as we can. Okay, guys? So now I'm going to tell you this in Spanish. ¿Qué tal? Mucho gusto. Soy Liz Perry, soy de San Diego Drivers United. Estamos aquí para conocerlos a ustedes y para darles nuestra opción. Nosotros aquí en San Diego tenemos una opción muy grande de que somos las personas que estamos en el piso y que tienen la oportunidad de comunicarse con nosotros directamente. Cualquier cosa que ustedes necesiten, pueden hablar con nosotros. Nosotros conocemos sus dolencias, nosotros conocemos sus miedos, sus ilusiones, todas sus cosas que ustedes creen que nosotros no sabemos. Una compañía grande no tiene una persona que es un chofer de 9 años, o un chofer de 7 años, o un chofer de 6 años, un chofer de 8 años. Somos choferes como ustedes, y sentimos las mismas cosas que ustedes sentimos, hemos sido desactivados, hemos sido maltratados, hemos tenido todas las cosas que ustedes han vivido, las hemos vivido con ustedes. Es muy importante que ustedes entiendan que nosotros expliquemos que nosotros necesitamos que nos digan ustedes qué necesitan para que nosotros arreglemos los problemas que están pasando en la industria. Nosotros queremos tener una homogenización desde abajo hasta arriba. Tienen la oportunidad de ser parte desde la fundación de la compañía y la oportunidad, la palabra dice oportunidad, si no la tomas se va. Entonces, aquí nosotros como San Diego Drivers United teníamos la visión de traer una compañía a competir a San Diego y nos da mucha felicidad poderlo lograr y tener esta oportunidad y dársela para ustedes. Y esto es parte de todos ustedes. Si nosotros no lo hacemos juntos, no se va a lograr. Entonces, hay muchas cosas, cada quien está haciendo su parte, necesitamos que todos, cada quien haga su parte para que esto funcione. Los de arriba hagan su parte, los del medio hagan su parte y los de abajo hagan su parte. Es muy importante que tú como chofer invites a los pasajeros y a los otros choferes a que hagan su parte para que todos podamos ser beneficiados. En el momento que todos hagamos nuestra parte, esto va a crecer y va a ser muy importante que entienda que esto es el principio. Esto, acuérdense que la inercia, en el principio, lo más importante, lo más difícil es empujar el carrito. Ya una vez que el carro se está moviendo, es muchísimo más fácil. Bueno, me da mucho gusto. Mi posición tanto en San Diego Drivers United como en Fair Co-op, soy el segundo de a bordo. En San Diego en San Diego Drivers United me llaman vicepresidente, aquí me llaman secretario. Estamos a su disposición para lo que se les ofrezca. Mucho gusto y esperamos oír de ustedes. Gracias. That's it. That's me.
All right. Thank you so very much for that. I hope, I think you guys had a lot of wise words to say, and I wanted to thank all three of you and congratulations for your appointments as the president, the new president, and the new secretary and the new treasurer of the San Diego area. And I think you guys will be leading all of all of the members in San Diego quite well, and just continue what you're already doing, which has been very successful. I'll go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Ivan Olivo. I am the CEO of Fair Co-op. Like has already been told, Danny and myself went down to San Diego after we were contacted by your group, and this is like, yeah, less than a month ago. I can't believe it's already gone by so fast, and it seems like a long time ago because we've done so much work since that time. But where there's a lot more work to be done. And as it's been stated here on this call before, you know, we are literally like a baby crawling. We're not even walking yet. We're not running yet, right? But we're definitely getting to those stages. We're still a startup. We're starting this from the ground up, you know, the grassroots. And you know, we're basically 5 months in since we first activated our app here in California. And like I said, this really, I think, got off to a big launch really just for San Diego a month ago. So even though we were open in California, quite frankly, it really didn't even start in San Diego until a month ago. So I wanted to thank all the drivers that are listening to this right now, whether you're watching this as a recording or you're live here. I wanted to thank you for the ones that have been signed up with us and have participated with us and believed in us, because we all know, you know, what the reality is. The writing's on the wall already from Uber and Lyft. I mean, you're basically, you know, all of us. I mean, I'm a driver as well. I'm one of the only CEO drivers in the world. I'm not on some ivory tower, as you know, they mentioned before. You know, I'm very accessible. I try to make myself very accessible to drivers, but you know, I'm in the same boat as you, right? We're all, you know, been doing the Uber and the Lyft thing. I've been doing it for now almost 4 years, and you know, we're on a sinking ship. That's the reality. I mean, they are going down in the sense of drivers, meaning that they're not going to need us anymore. And you know, some of us may have thought that was 10 years ago, and then maybe even 5 years ago. But as you can all have seen, if any of you are paying any attention to what's been happening in the media pertaining to AI and pertaining to autonomous vehicle technology, this technology is not some fantasy or sci-fi thing that's a few years away. It's already here now. It is here today. And we have to, you know, prepare ourselves and to set up ourselves the right way to be able to secure our future. And if we just continue with Uber and Lyft, we all know that, you know, we're all going to be, you know, obsolete by this technology, right? And that's just around the corner. You've got it already up here up in the Bay Area. It's in LA, and it's already down there in San Diego where you guys are, and you see it every day with the Waymos. And I haven't even, you know, I can't even imagine what's going to be happening with Tesla when Tesla flicks the switch here and has the first robo taxis on the road here this summer. But they don't even need to wait for that. They could literally flick the switch, and we have, you know, like AJ said, you know, over 2 million cars in the state of California just activated and has this technology to basically replace all of us. So, you know, I'm not trying to do this to scare you guys or anything like that. I'm just trying to like kind of say drivers need to wake up. They need to realize that this is a true reality. And, you know, we got to take care of ourselves. We got to take care of our families, make our car payments and so forth. And if we're not thinking about this now, preparing ourselves today, by the time you do wake up, it'll be too late. So, I'm hoping that, you know, you understand the efforts of what we're trying to do and creating this grassroots and moving forward. And, you know, hey, we may not have a lot of customers right now. We may not have a lot of drivers right now, but that's changing literally, you know, week by week, month by month. Look at what's happened just in San Diego alone, right? 300 people registered, 70 of them live and active online. That's just in the last 30 days. Imagine what it's going to be like, you know, 6 months from now, a year from now. It's just going to build and build and build. And customers are going to come with that. Customers need to see that there's drivers online with their apps on so that we can, you know, provide them that service. If they don't see that, they might stick with Uber and Lyft. If we want to open up the airport in San Diego, it's vital that not only get enough drivers signed up, but we have to make sure their apps are on. It's one thing to be signed up, but it doesn't cost you guys anything to keep your app on, right? I mean, it's free just to leave your app on. You're already doing it with Uber and Lyft. Why not do it for fare? And on top of it, every time you do an Uber and Lyft customer, when they're sitting in your back seat, that's an undivided attention of a customer. I mean, they're not going to like jump out the car or something because you're talking about some other opportunity where they might save a little bit of money. Talk to them, share it to them, get them switched over, use your referral code. I mean, you have to understand that a lot of drivers who tell me, oh, Ivan, hey, you know, I'm on the app and I'm on for hours and, you know, where are the customers? Where are the customers at? You know, I've been doing this. I go, brother, do you realize I can get you customers today? And they go, what do you mean? I go, you're taking them already right behind you. That's your customer that's sitting behind you. Don't let Uber and Lyft, you know, keep that customer from you. You're an independent contractor, right? Yes, I am. Well, then great. That means you can talk to anybody you want in your backseat. You can switch them over to our platform, save them money, tell them you're going to make more money on the ride that they give them, which most customers are very happy to hear. And not only that, they're going to get their own referral code. And when they say, what do you mean I get my own referral code? Well, you're going to get your own to sign up your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister. And then anytime you're in another Uber or Lyft, if, you know, I'm not available that day, you can sign them up. That means you get a little piece of every single ride that they take, not just now, not just next week, not next month, for their entire life. Do you realize that where we are right now, we are at the beginning. It's like we're at the beginning of what Uber and Lyft did. Imagine if you guys had this opportunity presented to you 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when you're at the beginning of Uber and Lyft. And let's say they had this referral program at that time, right? Imagine that do you realize anybody that you signed up 10 or 15 years ago that you would be still getting paid today on something that you did 10 years ago for 5 minutes in your car? Do you guys fathom and realize the opportunity of what's sitting right now in your hand, right now, the opportunity? This is what I'm telling you, what we're going to be bringing to FAIR. This is what the opportunity exists in San Diego right now. This is what's going to happen when we open that airport. I am trying to tell you guys that if you don't wake up now, you know, when are you going to wake up? You know, if you don't take this opportunity, then when? If you don't start building your customer base up by our favorite driver feature, do you realize we have a favorite driver feature where I can tell this customer I just signed up that, hey, you can choose me as your favorite driver? Means next time you're on our platform and you hit the button, I get the request first. I'm building my clientele up. I can get a customer today just from that one feature alone. I'm going to drop them off somewhere. They're going to dinner. They're going to the hotel, whatever. You think they're never going to use rideshare again while they're in San Diego? Of course they are, right? Why let them go to Uber and Lyft? They can come with me now. I'm saving them money. I'm making more money. I'm making them more money by giving them a referral code. I mean, it's like, this is a concept, you guys, that we have all the tools in place, and the only thing that's missing is you. The only thing is missing is you as a driver, is your activity. You can get on the side and sit on the side of the road. I'm just going to wait and see what happens and all this kind of stuff. Well, guess what? While you're waiting and while Uber and Lyft keep paying you less and less and less, all these drivers that are on this call and all the ones that are watching this right now, are making money. They're setting themselves up. They're positioning themselves because we are the pioneers. Okay. We are the ones that started it. We can do this from a grassroots level. And you've got the most amazing 3 leaders that are on this call right now, that are now your president, your treasurer, and your secretary, that are going to take this to the next level. All right. We have just started and we've just begun. So I don't want to talk too much further because I know someone wants to translate this. Good luck at doing that, by the way. But if you guys really see this vision and you really want to build this with us, now is the time, because we have the momentum, right? Momentum is lost and earned every single day. The more of us that do this and do nothing, we lose that momentum, okay? So we're losing momentum. Guess what? It's going to take a lot longer for us then to get all that market share from Uber and Lyft. But for the ones that see it and help us gain this momentum and go forward, and you come with us, you're going to be rewarded. You're going to be rewarded first before those other people finally, see the vision and hop on the bandwagon, right? But this is that opportunity. And that's whether or not you're a penny share person, or even if you're an investor. I mean, if you really see the vision of this and you want to invest in us and get a share, I mean, that's where the real meat and potatoes are of what we're doing. Imagine taking this share and this share value going up and up and up and up. And a year and a half or so from now, when all of us are going to get replaced from autonomous vehicles, guess what? Those people that took that little tiny share that grew into a big value to actually purchase an autonomous vehicle that's going to replace you. Do you think Uber and Lyft are doing that for you? No. Who else is going to do that for you? How else are you going to do that? Are you going to save the $2.58 on a ride, from downtown San Diego to, to La Jolla, right? I mean, that's the reality, right? How are you going to save money for that? Use our vehicle. Look at the vision. Understand what we're doing. We're all drivers. It's being led by drivers. Half of our whole company is based on drivers, okay? This is not Lyft. This is not Uber. This is not a typical rideshare company. This is a co-op. You are a part of something. You're part of a movement. You're part of a grassroots. You can make a change not only in this, but many other industries. This is just the beginning. So I encourage you, I implore you, if you're watching this video right now, or if you're listening as a recording, share this with other drivers. I want you to share this with others, show them the leadership, show them what's happening. And this is just the beginning. So that's all I got to say. I hope all of you join us on this fight that we have going, and we have the leadership, we have the tools, we have the vision, and I can't wait to make another appearance down there. I'm going to be coming down to San Diego real soon. I can't wait to meet all of you, and I will send this back to AJ or whoever wants to translate.
Lee, we need you to translate.
All right, Lee.
This is going to be a challenge, but we believe in you, brother. We believe in you.
I'll let Lee lead it. Go ahead, Lee.
Ok, bueno, les presento a Ivan, CEO de la compañía, y I don't know if you want me to word by word or get the message out.
Get the message out.
Just your interpretation of what I just said. How's that?
Okay, excellent. Okay. Miren, nuestro presidente y CEO de Fair Co-op nos está invitando a que seamos parte de una oportunidad muy grande en donde pueden ustedes aprovechar un ingreso residual donde cada referencia que ustedes hagan, cada vez que ustedes inviten a un pasajero, cada vez que inviten a un chofer, ese con su código de referencia se convierte en un ingreso residual que va a existir todo el tiempo mientras ese chofer o ese pasajero o pasajera sigan tomando rides o sigan haciendo cosas con la compañía, siguen teniendo ustedes un ingreso residual que viene saliendo, aunque tú no trabajes. Mientras él sea tu referencia, tú sigues ganando. Bueno, él también hizo mucho énfasis en lo que viene en la tecnología, que puede llegar a reemplazarnos en cualquier momento o en algún momento, de la tecnología de Tesla, de Waymo y de todas las cosas de tecnología. Por eso tenemos que ser parte de toda esa estructura. Él hizo mucho énfasis también en la estructura de la compañía, donde todas las herramientas están listas para que ustedes las utilicen, pero faltas tú, o sea, literal falta la persona que las utilice. Cuando se te da todas las herramientas, pero tú no accionas, pues no se logra nada. Entonces, es muy importante que como choferes, como pasajeros, todos tomemos acción en la oportunidad. O sea, hay opciones donde puedes ser accionista, donde puedes ser o dueño, hay varias opciones donde puedes beneficiarte de muchas maneras. Ahora, por eso es muy importante que entiendan la estructura de nuestra compañía para que entiendan cómo se van a beneficiar por medio de esta compañía. Obviamente, si tú no haces tu parte, como lo referimos, ya lo hemos hablado varias veces en esta junta, que cada quien tiene que hacer su parte para que esto llegue realmente a la meta. Ya están los cabezas están tratando de abrir aeropuertos, están tratando de hacer muchas cosas, pero si no hay choferes, si no hay pasajeros, no podemos realmente accionar. Tenemos que accionar cada quien con su granito de arena para que esto se vuelva un arenal. Todo esto es muy importante lo que dijo Iván es que es una oportunidad muy grande de que tú puedas lograr tener tu propio negocio. Eres contratista independiente, no te pueden obligar a que no digas nada sobre el asunto. Tú puedes hablar con tu pasajero y decirle, hey, ¿sabías que viene Fair Co-op? ¿Sabías que puedes tener un ahorro? Puedes referir como pasajero, puedes referir a otras personas y tú como pasajero ganar dinero. Es muy importante que también sepan que los pasajeros también pueden ganar dinero al tener en ese tipo de estructura. Entonces, esto puede ser una herramienta también para que ustedes puedan utilizar, aparte de que tienes la opción del chofer favorito, que eso te ayuda a que tengas una clientela personal, o sea, le vas a decir a tu chofer, yo quiero que tú seas mi chofer favorito, y cada vez que él prende la aplicación como cliente, pide un ride, y el primer chofer que recibe ese ride eres tú. ¿Por qué? Porque es tu clientela. Entonces puedes tener 10 clientes, 100 clientes, 50 clientes, los que tú quieras. Mientras tú seas su cliente favorito, o sea, su chofer favorito, tú tienes esa clientela y es una clientela cautiva y es dinero en tu bolsa. Literal, él primero te va a buscar a ti. Entonces son muchas oportunidades que puedes tener por medio de la aplicación. Hay muchos features o muchas cosas que puedes aprovechar de la aplicación y las que pueden venir adelante. Por eso estamos aquí, para poder implementar cosas nuevas, ideas nuevas, para que ser los que evolucionamos a favor del cliente, a favor del chofer, para que tú puedas hacer las cosas. Bueno, no me quiero alargar mucho. En grandes rasgos, lo que dice Iván es que somos una parte importante de la compañía y mientras todos hagamos nuestra parte, esto va a ser un boom. Entonces, muchas gracias. Hice lo mejor que pude para traducir las intenciones de nuestro presidente y CEO, Iván. Muchas gracias. Y les regreso la palabra.